Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to Series 2 of the World Series Sim Racing Online year-long quest for the Cup. This is it, round one of the World Series. Let me get my stuff going along here. We are changing to qualification. Apparently, my shift button did not work, so now we're there. Haha, sorry about that. You can see we are in Thailand for round one of this Uh, this is the prototype 2, the P2s versus the GTEs, or not versus, but along with in a multi-class race. Sorry for that here as we stumble along to get ready to go. Qualification is just getting started. So with that in mind, I am going to go ahead and shift us off into the proper screens here. Maybe we can follow some of these guys. I think it is private qualifying, so the guys are going to be heading out on their own. We got 18 guys in here today. You can see the prototypes, the P2 Enduracers class, and the GTEs as they head on to track now. That is Lewis Middleton. Just give a quick brief dip on the tab. So apparently it is not private qualifying. So this is going to be quite the adventure. I'll bring the qualifying box up here. There's always something. So if you've been following us since the IndyCar race was Series 1, which was championship was won by Nick Westy, so he is currently leading the World Series. And I will be able to give you some of those scores here when we get settled in. For now, let's get a little bit of a look at what kind of times are going to be coming across. You can see the two classes are separated there. So we've got two of the Middletons in here today. Carl, who's in the pits. Lewis out on track now, as you see. And as they're doing their out laps, maybe we'll just kind of go down the list here and look at some of these guys. There is Michael Alabel, also in the P2. Tony Telvitier in a GTE Porsche. Roman Granatovich, also in the GTE Austin. We got Peter Villar, also in the Porsche. Jean van der Geest. He is, looks like he's also possibly in a Porsche. We won't be able to tell until he comes out. Ayrton Kerdog, these guys are still in the pit. Richard Charlesworth is new to the series. As you can see the pause there as more drivers are coming in. This is still a practice session, apparently. I thought it was switching to quali, but it is still in practice, so that's good news for us. That's why everybody's out there. So, well, I'll get it together here in a minute. I was in a little bit of a rush trying to get everything done. And then as soon as I hit the trigger, the stream didn't start. Or the screen didn't change, so I apologize for that. But here we go. We're going to get things under control here. I'm wondering, 12:02, it should be a qualification session, but it does say that it is practice. So while we are in practice, let me just give you a look at what's going on here with the scores as far as the series goes. So this is your World Series score. You can see Nick Westy first place with the 210 points that he got from the IndyCar series, and Philip Pitchler right behind him, 179. Costas Cantazores with 151. As you can see there, this is the top 10 heading into Series 2. So Mark Hightree down there made the top 10, as long as Ben Sumner's. And Edward Jones right there in the middle, up 6. If you watched any of those broadcasts, you saw how very steady he was. Actually starting a lot of times from the back and just making it in there to get up into the top 10. So very good. There's that. If you wanted to see the total scores, here is what everybody's got left over from the IndyCar race. So you can kind of see there how that shaped up. And down to about 26 places there. But, you know, 4 series in a year-long quest for the Cup. So it should be an interesting race. This will be 6 races in the multi-class series here with the Enduracers. Great mod. In fact, I'll give you a little look at some of the cars as these guys are practicing out here. Tony Televitier. Gilles still in here. Where are these guys? Roman's out on track. Quite a few cars to choose for through in the P2 class. Lots of cars. Not so many in the GTE. But that's all right. We got 17 in here so far. I think there's about 29 signed up for today. So we'll see if we got any latecomers. Still being in practice. I don't know what's going on. I'm not in. Maybe I'll go over and get in the chat and see what's happening with those guys. But the Buriram International Circuit in Thailand, this is one of the more modern tracks. Actually, it was built in 2014, so relatively new. It's probably one of the newest tracks we're going to race on, October of 2014. It's the first FIA Grade 1 circuit in Thailand. Excuse me. They had the Japanese Super GTs here. They've had TCR here, as well as the WTC Championship and Asian Le Mans. So this is a track that's set up pretty good for multi-class racing. So hopefully we won't have too many offs related to the crash and burn syndrome of trying to get around. So that said, let's see if anybody, these guys are putting in any times now. Trying to get settled in. There we go. All right. Not sure what's going on timing-wise, as quali should have started already. Hello, how you doing? There's a quick smack in the face. Let's see. Gil is out. He's in the Porsche. And it looks like he's got his custom paint job on there. Always good to see. Okay, perhaps now. Oh, no, I was waiting that pause. I thought maybe we might be switching over to quali, but we're in no man's land now, so it is up to the admins on the server to set us up. Yeah, I'm gonna set up over here. Double checking all my stuff. I think we're ready to go. So VTA's out there still. We're up to 19 now as the drivers are piling in. Hugh Smith, he's there on track, got that flaming BMW. That's looking pretty cool. Freddie Hell in the Proto P2. To get an onboard kind of what this track looks like. Relatively brand new pavement here, considering. Some pretty tight, twisty turns. I did a couple laps here in the Porsche. And there was one particular turn that was catching me out each time. And I think that was right around the 5, 6, 7. Turn 5, 6, and 7. I think turn 5 comes up really quick on you as he goes across the start-finish here. Let's see, we'll follow a lap here as he heads into turn 1. Then a nice long straight. Coming up to the turn 3, basically a U-turn to another medium long straight. So it's a little bit of flex bend there. So it's hard on the brakes here. You can see him downshifting, taking that in second gear as he takes the U-turn. Then a nice medium straight here. Head into this really tricky sector 2 section, turn 4. You kind of get an idea what I'm talking about here. So turn 4 sweeps, but then this turn 5, you really got to get on it because it comes really quick. See how he's got to really slow that thing down. And then 6 is just a continuation there. And then the big right-hander 7 right away. Another short little straight. Perhaps the passing zone up into turn 8. Turn 9. Set you up for a right, left, right kind of situation. Right, left here, then back right. And now we're on the last little straight before the start-finish straight here. And pit in is just to the left, right there. You can see that Austin heading in there. All right, and that is a full lap at Buriram International. Chang, they kind of call it. I know there was in Thailand they got certain laws, so they had to change the name due to the fact of alcohol consumption and commercial. They couldn't use the commercial name because of the alcohol restrictions in some of the countries. So kind of an interesting footnote there about the name of this place. All right, looks like we have about ready for qualification now. So now we will set us up for the private quality. I will bring up the qualification box, and we will see who's going to head out there first. Here an engine, it looks like. Put on the cheater header. So Lewis heading out in that beautiful chrome and blue P2. We've also got, it looks like Jones, Peter Jones, not Ed Jones, is out. Carl Strahal is out. Freddie Hell is out. So these guys all taking, let's see if anybody's ahead. Yeah, this guy's, so Peter is already out there on his out lap. The Protos. Now, some of the times when we do this multi-class racing at Sim Racing Online, we let the Protos go first. And then take a little bit of break and let the GTEs. But I think now that it's private qualifying, everybody's going to be out there. So we're just going to be looking for times to see who to follow here. Peter looks pretty quick. Looks like Robin Taylor's staying in the pits. In the GTEs, Caredog and Jones are still in the pits. So just about all of the Protos are out. Peter Jones, let's check out Freddie Hell. He doesn't have a custom paint job this series. Looks like he might. Until VTA's out in the Porsche. Taking a lap. Oh, we will see. Let's see. Strohal is now on a time lap. I think he's the first one across for the time laps. And Peter Jones is right behind him. Middleton now crossing the line to start his lap. So we will keep an eye on these guys. I think Strohal will be the first one to put up a time lap as he's just ahead of these guys. Going down that back straight, the end of sector 1 there. Here's that tricky little section. Turn 5. Really throws you out into those curves if you're not careful. Of course, showing purple as there is not even a lap up there yet. See what he can do. Just a couple of turns to go. Down the start finish. Gonna put the first time up. And it is a 130.4 right in line. But here comes Peter Jones right behind him and jumped right up to the top. You can see 128. So some 2 seconds better than that. And there is Westy, current point leader, just 0.3 off. Guys are starting to come through, shifting up. So Carl, fastest of all, so 128.1. Westy just behind him and Jones just behind them. So those guys are all within about a half second of each other. And then you get to the other Middleton, Lewis, currently in fourth. Here he is. And then let's check in on the GTEs, because you can see Talvitier in that Porsche. He has a 135. So 28, about 7 seconds per lap difference on these Protos versus the GTE. So there's going to be some serious traffic, going on this 90-minute race. There's going to be a lot of passing going on, a lot of people that are going to have to just kind of watch it. They're also want to make sure that everybody understands that there's no passing outside the white lines of the track. So especially for the GTE guys to maintain their line, but the Protos cannot go outside the track limits to make a pass. So that's something that we're going to be watching here. It's you got 3 strikes and you're out. If you're caught doing it more than 3 times, you're going to get a pretty hefty penalty. It's a 60-second time penalty after review, and this will come after the race. So if you are continually leaving the boundaries of the track to make a pass, you're going to get dinged for it for both classes. I think the reason it comes into play here is because there's so much room, as we look at Mark Hightree in that Corvette, American Muscle. There's so much room here at this track that there's very wide areas where you can go off, especially on that back sector towards the 8, 9, 10, and 11 turns. Yeah, I mean, you can see right there, look how wide it is. There's lots of room. So that is a safety thing too. So I want to keep in mind that, of course, we don't want to crash as we look at Ayrton come across, and he's starting a hot lap now in that Porsche. If you guys remember this Enduracers mod, it's a few years old, but man, it's a good one. It's been around for a while, and those guys are such good modders over there. They really put out a good product, and it's really fun racing. Yeah, it's one of the reasons that we picked this mod for this particular series. It's very stable. It's good balanced car, good for league racing. So yeah, there we have it. So I want to check on Julian Paz here in that BMW. He's only 0.3 off of Talvitier's 135.0. Driving that BMW. Holy smokes, how you doing? I'm back. Good heavens. I'd say that was a bit much. All right. I don't know how that was for you, but that volume was really loud. Sorry about that. So, checking in on the Protos. We got Carl. Still in first. He's just now in that tricky turn 5, 6, 7 area. And he has not improved. Let's check on Westy. Just on a hot lap now. He's green in sector 1, so might have a chance to improve. He's just under a second off. And just in front of him is Peter Jones as the sparks go flying. You kind of get where Westy is right there. And let's see, Peter Jones is on an out lap. So we'll stick with Westy, see what he can do. Looking at the timing there, you can see Vandergeest has jumped him to 3rd place in the GTEs. So he's green in sector 2 as well. Remember, Chang, no purple though. As he's coming up to the last turn, he's going to cross the line. Oh, and he, he bails on it right there, or he lost track. Whatever happened, we don't know. As we approach the last 6 minutes of qualify here. So Peter Jones on an out. Let's check on just mentioned Vandergeest in that fiery orange Porsche. Looks like he is on some kind of a slowdown mission. All right. Richard Charlesworth, also in a Porsche. He's new to the series. He's joining us for Series 2. You see he is currently in 6th in the GTE class. Who else can we look at here that we haven't had a look at? Strohals in the P1s. LaBelle in the P2s. Ed Jones, we know, is in the pit. And Granadovich is back out in that Austin, and he is actually purple in Sector 2, so let's hold your ears. Yeah, that's not happening. All right. So the onboard sound is a little out of whack with this mod. I get to calibrate it very well, because that was just extreme, which sucks because I like to have the onboard driver point of view. But as you can see, Roman has put himself right up there in second place as we went through that ear-piercing segment there. I'm wondering if there's any way I can turn that down from here. I don't think so without going into the menu of R Factor 2. So I apologize for that. Yeah. I'm shifting hard. All right. Oh, well. So 127.7 is the fastest lap on track held by Carl Middleton. Let's see these onboards are fine. It's not too loud. As he heads into that U-turn, turn 3. So it's just the GTEs. So that's got to be some kind of a sound issue with the mod. Because I thought I had volume set pretty consistently. It's very quiet. Let me know in the chat if you can't hear it. I like, thank you, Andrew Harper. He's in the chat. He's saying, I agree with you, Andrew. Saying they're seeing lots of sparks. So it's probably an old school setup in the old R Factor 2, how we could just turn everything way, way down to low. You know, as low as you can go. And even the tire pressure and everything. And the sparks are definitely evident of that. So good observation there, Andrew. Glad to have you on board with us. And we got purple and purple. So Middleton, there he is, 27.6. So let's see, Peter Jones, where is he on track? Coming out now. So with the last couple of minutes of qualifying here, these will be the last final attempts. I created my own earthquake here in the studio. Things are falling all over the place. All right. Out, where is Westy? Westy's on a personal best for Sector 1. Let's check out the VTA. Just started probably one of his last laps here. And, excuse me, Granadovich is also out on an out lap. Julian Paz, he's parking it. Vandergeest is joining the fray, trying to move himself up. Currently in 4th. And Peter Villar parking it. There's Richard Charlesworth out. Where is Mr. Hightree? Mr. Hightree's parked. Okay. Erton Kerdog parked. Jill is parked. Hugh Smith is out there. Personal best in Sector 1, but he's got a little bit slow there in Sector 2. And it looks like Strahan. No, yes, he's out. So it was the other Freddie Hell who moved himself up, I believe, just then into 6th. So there we go. 1 minute left here as Middleton, purple in Sector 1, he is just yet going faster and faster each lap as sparks are flying. Trying to see, we got a couple left on track. We're down to the last minute here. Purple in Sector 2 is Middleton, so he's going for a track record. I think this will be a track record today because of the fact that we haven't raced these cars on this circuit. So, and if you're in the chat, give me a holler if I need to adjust any of these sounds. It's ridiculous that those GTEs are so loud. I'm sorry for that. As Middleton's making the last turn, he's got through there clean. See what kind of crazy lap he's going. Oh, see, lost time in sector, but he did manage a 27.4. Very good, very good. So next to cross in the protos will be Peter Jones, currently in 4th, and he is personal best in Sector 1 and Sector 2. See if he can move up. And he does. He puts himself into 3rd right as the checkered comes out. Nicely done. We got Hugh Smith in the GTE coming across. And he is going to remain. But then let's have on Lewis Middleton. He's crossing the line to see if he can move himself up. And he does not. So I'm 1.4 off. I'm looking to see who's left. So the 9th place total, 1st place GTE is Tony Talvitier. And he is off in both sectors. Let's check on Roman. Roman is purple in Sector 1, so we might have something here. Purple in Sector 2. He might be challenging Talvitier for the pole right here. Currently just behind him by that 0.3. If we can keep it together. He's got 1 turn to go. As Richard Charlesworth is just in front of him that we cannot see. So how did he do in Sector 3? And he does not do it, but look at that, just 5/100ths off of the pace. Wow, nicely done. And the starting order is set. All right. What a session. So there you have your top 3s in each one with Middleton, Westy, and Jones for the Protos, and Talvitier, Granatovich, and Paz in the GTEs. And then you can see the rest of them right there. That'll put us into the 5-minute warning, or warm-up. Warning, warm-up. Yeah, all that good stuff. And with that said, I want to take a minute here to recognize our sponsors, all the people that make this thing great for Sim Racing Online. I also want to thank Middleton Transportation, the owners of Sim Racing Online with us. We all own a little bit of a piece of it. And then, last but not least, is Liberty Boots, our sponsor. So enjoy stylish comfort and performance in our safety, hiking, everyday wear, custom fit boots. They're handcrafted in Michigan, USA. You get a hold of these guys on the website. Make sure you tell them Randy sent you. Randy Merrick of Merrick Farms. He's also one of our sponsors. He's out today because he's got PC issues. So unfortunately, he cannot race the Series 1, but hopefully he'll get it all wrapped up for this round 2 of Series 1. So there you have it. Those are our sponsors. So with that said, we have 5 minutes of warm-up 5 minutes for these guys to get out there and probably fill them up with gas, you know, put the hard tires on. I don't know. Let's see if this is going to give us any tire data, car data. Show us. See if we can get the tires up here. So I don't know if you can see it through there. It's kind of rough, but it looks like so far everybody's on mediums that I see. It looks like he was practicing a stop there. Talvitier is on the medium. Granatovich on the medium. So it looks like these guys are going to be duking it out in the GTEs, Granatovich and Talvitier. And then it'll be Westia and Middleton battling it out, the top two in the Protos. So there you can see, for the most part, it looks like medium might be the wise choice of the day. These guys are going 90 minutes. So there's going to be a fuel stop as well as probably a tire stop. Also, we have a manual formation lap in these races. So let's take a look at Lewis Middleton here, where the flag will drop out. The drivers do a manual formation lap all the way around, and the race will start on that last corner, turn 12, down the start-finish straight. That kind of keeps everybody a little bit under control, if you could call it under control. And yeah, just a couple minutes left here in warm-up. A lot of guys choosing to just stay in, trying to get focused, get ready for this 90-minute adventure in racing. And with that said, I'm going to set up a couple of things here, where it'll show, hopefully, as the race goes on. I'm going to, the gap to the leader, the gap to the next car, and the positions gained lost. Should be able to get that information. As who else is out here we could take a look at? Roman. There's Roman Granatovich in that Austin. You can hear that V8 of that Austin. Dare I go inside? Okay, now. Yeah. Holy smoke. That's just insane. For a minute there, I thought it was okay. Hugh Smith having a little trouble there, coming back online. I think he was off a little bit. So now we can take a look at Ed Jones. Nope, we can't take a look at Ed Jones. I lied. My bad. Oh, Stefan Wyndham made it in. So Stefan also in the Austin. So glad to see Stefan made it in. A couple guys filing in after quali there. So that's it as we tick it down to the last 45 seconds of warm-up here. Talvitier with a 1:36.1, pretty good race lap. Done. And then of course Lewis Middleton in the Proto. That's probably a full tank medium tire, 1:30.3. So there you have that. As the seconds are counting down, we are getting ready to race Series 1. Round 1 of Series 2 in the Sim Racing Online World Series. The quest for the Cup will all be decided in December. There'll be 2 more series after this. It's going to be a total of 4 series. And then the driver with the most points wins. It's simple as that. All right, looks like everybody's just about in except for Roman Granatovich. As the checker flag is out, and we are getting ready to start. Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now. There we go. The most famous words in sim racing. Created from the original R Factor 1, with the Gijon Gamji came up with this amazing code from those guys. Led us to where we are today. So as we get ready to roll here, let's take a look at the starting order, because these guys are going to be in the manual. So there is your first. Oh, I don't want that. Where's the names? Well, as you can see, it's showing teams and not names. I have it on driver, but who knows what's going on here. Sorry about that. But you can see which teams are in which place. Very strange. 13. Why in the heavens the Betsy? There we go. It was the car data. Anyway, 17th, yes, De Silva, Smith, Jones, and Wenham going through that. Maybe I'll put it on again so you can see those first couple guys. There we go. Carl Middleton, Nick Westy, Peter Jones, and Robin Taylor are your top 4. Boy, it's just one of those days. I'm sorry. Got time in 5th, Lewis Middleton, Freddie Hell, Carl Strohal, and Michael Labelle in 8th. And then we go to the GTEs with Tony Talvitier in on the pole for those. Roman Granatovich, Julian Gaz, John Vandergeest are your top 4 in the GTE. Peter Villar, Mark Hartree, Richard Charlesworth, Ertain Caredog. And then bringing up the rear, as we saw, is Gilles De Silva, Hugh Smith, Ed Jones, and in 20th there is Stefan. So there is your starting order. And let's see, everything else is in good shape, I think. Don't take my word for it. We are into Sector 3, getting ready for the start of this race. Get the battle box up here so you kind of see, as we're going to try and follow along with the madness that is multi-class racing, and especially multi-class sim racing. All right, they are coming through turns 10 and 11. There's one turn to go before the race is on. As I said, turn 12 coming up. It's pedal to the metal. Green flag right on this corner. And they're making the turn, and the race is on. There goes Middleton out front with a good start. Westy right behind him, and Taylor, and get a good view of the wall there. They're heading into turn 1. Let's check back with these guys, the GTEs here. As they cross the line, there goes Tony Talvitier with a great start. He's way out front there. As these guys all get through, Vandergeest, as the Protos are heading up into that horseshoe turn 3. Everybody's making it through. Everybody's in good shape. All right, let's check back with these guys. The Protos are coming. But a tight battle right back here. Already challenging for some positions. Here comes Jones bringing up the rear. All right, back to the Protos. We got Middleton, Lewis in 5th. Hard on the brakes as they go through that 8, 9, 10 section. Meanwhile, back here, Peter Villar, currently in 5th. Those guys stretch it out. Westy down into 3rd now in the Protos. putting the pressure on Jones as they head into that turn one. Is he going to take a break for it? He's going to swing to the inside. Let's see what happens. Making the spot, and it looks like he's going to get through. There goes Westy into second place. His teammate Robin Taylor, Black Cat Motorsports, right there behind him, also trying to challenge. So a little bit of action going on here. Hard on the brakes. They're all pretty bunched up in these protos. And then action behind the GTEs, we got sixth place a High Tree closing in on Valar, and then we got Vandergeest just ahead. Currently in fourth, chasing the third place car of Pause. And we see Westy Middleton cross the line. He's built himself a nice little gap there in first place in the Protos. Fifth place Middleton in the Protos is putting on a challenge for Taylor here. He's chasing him down. Oh, we got a yellow. Who's off? Yellow in sector one. I believe it was Strohall. As you can see now, he's coming up on himself. So Carl, I believe, possibly was him. I'm not sure. Maybe it was LaBelle just behind him there. So these guys are the tail end of the Protos. But meanwhile, Middleton all over Taylor. As the GTEs are pretty spread out, no immediate pressure down in that class. You can see the gaps. All right, I will make an attempt here to give you guys track map. There you go. You kind of follow along. That is that Taylor right there. Trying to get that rear view. You can just see Middleton right back there, Lewis, through the wicket there. Cool thing about this view is I have way more views. I just can't watch the leaderboard. Meanwhile, in the back of this end, we got Strohall and them going a little battle here. LaBelle and Strohall. LaBelle is around. Strohall putting pressure. This is the tail end of the Protos. He's going for the pass. He's got the inside, and did he outbrake himself? He was able to maintain, holding on into that turn 3 U-turn. Very nicely done. Meanwhile, Middleton and Taylor still battling it out. This is the Lewis Middleton, not the Carl Middleton, who is leading this race. However, let's jump up there because Westy has closed that gap a little bit, as you can see. Jason Carl. And Taylor and Peter Jones are duking it out here for that last step on the podium. That is the third place car right there of Peter, being chased by Robin Taylor. Meanwhile, back in the GTEs, we have High Tree closing in on Valar. Hold on to your ears. Oh, yeah. I guess those V8s are just so powerful, they're just super loud. That's all I can tell you. Holy smoke. Let's see, who else is in the chat? Pitchler. Oh, my RF2 destroyed itself. So, a pity to miss it. So, obviously, Pitchler has PC problems as well, or game problems. Too bad. But as we have a little challenge here. Oh, we got the spinner. We got the 18th. That is Peter Villar, who lost it there on the start finish, and that's going to move everybody up. Gilles and Hugh Smith take advantage, and we got another spin going off. Good heavens. Okay, it looks like he's coming back on the challenge. That is Peter Villar and Hugh Smith. Meanwhile, there's a four-way battle for the lead up here at the tippy top. So, Carl out front with Nick Westy right on him, and then just behind them, by the gap, as you see there, is is Jones and Taylor. We got lots of Peters in here, so I'm getting confused. Oh, and he's coming to the inside. Taylor holding on, getting a little bit in the grass. Maintained Pete Robin. Got Jones all over him. See Middleton in his mirror there. Woo! That's some crazy business going on there. Westy challenging now. Westy has caught the back end of Carl Middleton. As they're heading into that turn 12, could go down the start finish straight. Looks like Westy's just so late on the brakes. He's just able to outbrake Middleton, I believe, on that lap. And keep in mind that tire wear is going to come into play here. As he's looking to the inside, thinks about it, thinks twice. He's got another little straight here. Well, this one, he is all over. He's in the draft. He's trying to go, but then this does have a little bit of a bend going on here. But he's got the inside position. Are we going to split for the lead? We have a new leader. Nick Westy has just taken Carl Middleton in turn 3, that horseshoe U-turn, but Middleton's coming right back on him. That is going to put him on the outside for the next turn, which is good for Westy. Westy's maintaining spot, but Middleton gets a nose. Middleton out in front of the nose, but what's going to happen into the turn, and Middleton takes it back as Westy catches a little bit of curb. So back and forth for these two in this prototype battle. Quick exchange there is there. Now coming up on the first of the protos, this is Stephen Winham in the Austin, I believe, up there, who is just going to get the first lap GTE by Middleton and Westy as they go through here. Nicely done, Stephen, to stay out of the way. Oh, we got High Tree. High Tree's. What happened to High Tree? Back out there, but I must have been him in one of those wrecks because he is now currently in last. But meanwhile, back to this Westy battle. Down the start finish straight again into turn 1. This is where he caught him last time. Not quite as close as he was the time before, but we've got GTEs, the 16, 17, 18 place cars up ahead there. They're going to catch these guys in this twisty middle sector, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's going to really be rough here. This is where the rubber meets the road right here. Let's see what happens. As Westy, another battle. These guys are back and forth for that top position with an hour and 19 minutes to go still. About that. Oh, the number 10, who's that 10th place car? LaBelle. I see LaBelle. LaBelle is down. No. Vandergeest? No. Who was it? It's out. Anyway, back to this Westy. There they come through the cars as they're trying to use a pick. Westy puts himself out front now as they're picking through. That looks like rocket through the Porsche there. That's Hugh Smith, Gilles. Okay, I think they've cleared those guys. Coming up next will be the 14th place car of Ed Jones. So you can see Gilles and them right there behind him in that GT3 battle as the brakes are heating up, as you can see. Head down the main straight. Here comes Jones, Taylor, and Lewis Middleton are next to get through these guys. There is Taylor. Here is Middleton, Lewis Middleton. And this battle for 4th place. So, meanwhile, Carl Middleton, excuse me, back all over Westy. As these guys are just seesawing their way around this track. He is all over it, keeping it clean. As sparks go flying, and Middleton looks like he almost lost it there. Brake it to the inside hard on the brakes. Keeping it real. They head through that 6, 7, 8 section. Now heading up into turn 8. Keeping the pressure on Westy. And just behind them in 4th and 5th battle, the other Middleton, chasing Peter Jones. As they're duking it out for position. That is 4th and 5th. And then this grouping of GTEs just back here, they got just through. It's Porsche on Porsche, chasing the BMW. Ed Jones in the Austin. Vandergeest in the Porsche. There is Hugh Smith in that BMW. Villar putting pressure right here. Trying to put pressure on Gilles. Gilles holding his own. That Sim Racing Online paint job on that Porsche in front there that we're looking at, the black. He done as we got more pressure up in the Protos. 5th place Peter Jones still all over Middleton. It looks like he's trying to find a way around. He takes curbs. Puts himself a little bit off. Maybe we'll set himself up. So Westy is currently got himself a pretty decent gap as well. Here is the gap now, Westy to Middleton. So perhaps Carl had a little bit of an incident back there, or maybe he's just regrouping. That was some pretty fierce battling going on for a couple of laps. But the 4th place battle with Lewis Middleton and Peter Jones is pretty tight as they head into turn 1. And now they've got the 12th place car of Richard Charlesworth just ahead. Looks like Charlesworth just goes wide and lets those guys through with no incident. Meanwhile, back in the GTEs, Peter Villar and Hugh Smith. He's going for a gap here, and he is going to take that spot as Villar jumps out. Nicely done. Does Smith have anything for him? Nothing but a bunch of noise. Wow. That is so loud, I'm sorry. As the Protos come through. Okay, Westy getting through the... Is that Vandergeest, I believe? And then now coming through will be Middleton, will be next to go through Vandergeest. See the difference right there. We got 3 DNFs already. LaBelle, Hightree, and Paradigm all out of this race. There's quite the attrition rate in multi-class racing. I mean, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. It's just, you never know what's happening. As Vandergeest holding his line. Yes, indeed. As the third place car of Robin Taylor gets through the GTE of John Vandergeest. Go back to this screen for a minute. There we go. So Talvitier still leading the GTEs. As you can see, there's got about a 5-second gap on Roman Granatovich. Right back there, as you can see. And then Hugh Smith and Peter Villar, the next closest battle on there. So there you have those guys. And in the Protos, we still have Peter Jones attacking Lewis Middleton, trying to keep it within the zip code. Closes up nicely. Heading down the start-finish straight. So it's a drag race. And Westy's got, you see, Westy's up one spot, Middleton's down a spot, Robin Taylor's up a spot, Lewis Middleton's up a spot, Peter Jones down 2 spots. As you can see, that 4-second gap now Westy has on Carl Middleton. Looking for a way through. Under a 5-second gap. A little bit more action down in the GTEs. We got Wenham. Gill. I saw something there for a minute, but anyway, let's check out Westy here, getting through the Protos. As Westy clears Talvitier. So those are your 2 leaders right there. GTE leader and your Proto P2 leaders right there. Nicely done, Talvitier. Meanwhile, the battle here, Jones and Middleton in the Protos. As you can see, Westy's gap, 3.5 now. Taylor some 2 seconds back of Middleton, currently in third, as these guys duke it out. They got some more traffic here. Very nicely done. As they get through the BMW of Julien Paz. Another Proto going to the inside. Nicely done there. Still some almost 70 minutes left. And the cars are a little bit spread out now. See on the track map, everybody's pretty much spread out, settling in now. It's going to be coming up on pit stops. I have a feeling that there's going to be some undercutting going on here. Curious as to how well these tires are holding up. So we got Peter Villar. He's about to catch the last, the 17th place car just ahead of him, of Richard Charlesworth. It's going to put him another lap down, I believe. But he is chasing the 12th place car of Ed Jones. And you can see just in front there is Jones. So we got Richard Charlesworth is beside, had a little bit of an incident early on. Now Villar's going to try and get through. As he's chasing down Jones. What else we got? We got the Knight, Granatovich now, second place, GTE. And he has the Protos race is coming right behind him now, so all eyes focused here as Lewis Middleton going to try and get through. This would be a good spot to do it if he can get on the straight, and it looks like he's going to move to the inside and get through the GTE leader with no harm, no foul. Some VTA keeping it stable. Peter Jones will be next. Makes his way by Tyler VTA. Side by side. And gets around cleanly. Nicely done. Now Pugh and Villar in this GTE battle. The Porsche staying right with Pugh in that BMW. Looking for a gap. This is the battle for sixth. As Villar is all over him. He's looking to the inside. He's moved over. He's got the gap. He's taking the inside. It's going to be hard on the brakes. Can he pull it off? On the BMW with all that torque. You know, torquey those Beamers are on the outside. Just can't quite hold on. And Villar gets around Smith. So hold your ears. Oh my God. All right, enough of that. We really got to figure that out. That's just insanity. That's a little bit better, but still, come on. What's with the volume, Enduracers? There's not an individual volume for GTE versus Protos. As this battle looks to have been won by Peter. As he's got the gap increasing. So let's check on the other Peter Jones in the LMP2. Well, he's got Lewis up in front. And see how nice and quiet this cockpit is? Yeah, it's really weird. But I digress. Checking your trap map. The leader's coming through some traffic. Let's make sure he gets through clean. This is down the start finish straight. Here he is behind that battle of Villar and Hugh Smith. That GTE sixth place battle as Westy's coming through. Coming down the secondary straight. Clears the BMW nicely. I don't think he's going to make it to the Porsche in time before they hit the turns. So, Peter Jones, as Westy finds himself making it through nicely. Very good. All right, and then the battle for fourth place between Lewis and Peter ensuing still as they get, he's kind of using the GTE as a pick there. That is the 16th place car of Stephen Winham as both of them get around. Jones all over him now. See if he can close it in here on the twisty This is the most technical part of the track. Hold his own as Westy makes it through more traffic. Nicely done. That was the 17th place car of Richard Charlesworth that the leader of the P2 class just got through. And now second place Middleton's going to have to deal with him. He finds his way on the outside just before the turn. Nicely done. Meanwhile, Gilles de Silva lets that other battle get through. That is the battle for fourth. Gilles keeping it alive. I'm looking. We have another DNF. Another next one out is Peter Villar has just dropped out of this race as well. So more sad news. It's a common occurrence in multi-class sim racing though. There's plenty of points all the way down the board, so you're still going to get points even though you DNF. And there's going to be 5 series after this, or 5 rounds after this for this series 2, and then 2 more series to go. So lots of time left still as we are only 1/4 of the way through this 2025 World Series. And this is the Asian side of the tour, so all of these tracks are going to be in some part of Asia as we are in Thailand today. All right, back to this Jones battle. Peter Jones and Lewis Middleton. See the gap there. They are coming up on Hugh Smith of the GTE class. Granatovich currently holding on to second place in the GTE. He lets the P2 get through. What else we got going on here? That is Carl Strohal in that blue P2 that just got through. Freddie Hell, we haven't seen him for a while. He's currently in 6th place, just hanging on, having a decent race. Keeping it real. No harm, no foul. Got some more multi-class traffic as Hugh Smith lets them through. Here is the Lewis Middleton. Meanwhile, Westy's still out in front. And here is Middleton, the gap back. You can see there's a GTE between them. But Carl's maintaining, he's keeping it, staying in the same zip code at least. As you can see Westy up there. Those fierce battles that we witnessed early on there. But meanwhile, the other Middleton, Lewis, and Peter Jones are having a little bit of a tug here as Peter has caught to the back of Lewis once again as they hit through the GTE traffic. I think that's Vandergeest. No. Vandergeest is in the orange Porsche. As they get through. Yeah, that was the 16th place car of Stephen Winham as well as the 12th place car of Ed Jones that these two just got through. So nicely done there. So the 3 protos are all in a line now. This is 3rd place Robin Taylor. You can see Carl Middleton just ahead of him there. And you can see that gap on the map as they're all going down that first sector straight. But meanwhile, the 6th place car, Freddie Hell, just got through a couple of the GTEs there. That looks like the Vandergeest. No, is that the Vandergeest car? No. So it's Strohall in the P2 getting through. I believe that's our leader, Talvitier. GTE class. See, Granatovich is a ways back now. Strohall gets through. I'm looking. The 4th place. Still, this is probably one of the closer battles. It's been thus the entire first 30 minutes of this race has been these two guys fighting for 4th position. Lewis holding on, and Peter trying everything he can. Stay with it as we are finally under 1 hour. We got 57 minutes remaining. As Strohall now getting through Gilles' car. Gilles de Silva in the Porsche. Jones having a look. He's going to the inside. As they go down the start-finish straight, will he have anything for him? Can he get in the toe here? Looks like Middleton's able to just maintain that gap down the straight. Let's see what happens here. Could be a difference in downforce too. Lewis might have a little less swing, and it's helping him out on the straight. As they're coming up on Ed Jones, I believe, that in front of him. No, is it Julian Paz? Granatovich currently in second, and there is your GTE leader right there, who just got around Gilles de Silva, putting him yet another lap down. It's this 3rd and 4th battle here as they're going into that tricky 5, 6, 7 section. Getting around Peter Villar. Now Freddie Hell will be next to get through. Villar hanging in there. Excuse me, in the Porsche. Get through cleanly. But meanwhile, this battle ensues. 4th place is up for grabs here. Oh, it's going to the inside. Puts a bold move, tries to outbrake, and there's a little bit of contact, tiny bit of contact, but it looks like Peter Jones has taken that spot away from Lewis. Does Lewis have anything back for him? Good tire wear be coming into play here. He clearly outbraked him. Made his way through there as they're heading up into the turn 3 U-turn. It's like Middleton trying to battle back. Now let's see if I was right about the wing. If I was, Middleton should be able to catch him on the straight. So it'll be his turn to chase for a little while. As Jones just chased Middleton for the first 35 minutes or so. And now the shoe's on the other foot. Let's see what happens here. I'm looking, I don't see any action besides this going on. Nothing tight yet. All right, a little bit of a straight here. Let's see if Middleton can close in. This will be where it will happen right here. Gets up in the top gears, but just not quite enough room. As the clouds cover is just on the track now, it's going to cool the track down a little bit. And it looks like Carl's just hanging on. All right, let's check our leader. Nick West is getting through some more traffic. Next will be De Silva for the leader. Westy, there is De Silva's car. That was the second place car, Granatovich, that he just got through. There is Granatovich there, as Carl Middleton gets through as well. So next for Carl will be Gilles, which he should jet easily right here down the straight. And where is Talvitier? Out front, running his own race, having a great race. Let's hope the Flying Finn can keep it together for the remaining 52 minutes. The pit stops haven't happened yet, so he's pretty much on his own out there. He's got that huge gap on Granatovich. And then Julien Paz, back here in the third place of GTEs. 10th overall. As Roman's getting past and gets around De Silva. Josgel down another lap. So Villar staying in this race down to the 3 DNFs. It was 4. Something must have happened. Maybe it was a CTD and they came back. I don't know. But I'm showing him back live again with no lap data. And there he is indeed. So he is back in the race. Currently in 17th overall. Anyway, let's go to the podium because things are heating up here as Middleton is starting to close that gap on Westy. And I don't know if it was traffic related or what, but the gap is coming down. As you can see, Westy ahead there getting through traffic. Here comes Carl. He is bringing the mail. As Westy gets through. I believe that also you see in that mix, you see the GTE leader just back right there is Talvitier. He's about to put Hugh Smith, I believe, a lap down. So Talvitier is just flying. Meanwhile, Freddie Hell will battle for position. Freddie has been very steady. It's steady Freddie Hell. His sparks are flying. He is absolutely on fire chasing Lewis. Ever since Lewis was passed by Jones, Freddie Hell's been able to close that gap. So I'm thinking, as we're almost at the halfway point, that fuel and tires and the pit stops are going to start happening. Guys got to get through some more some more GTEs, I'm sorry. Woo! It's crazy business here, I'm telling you, trying to follow all this. It's almost as challenging as the racing. Oh, and here is our first pit stop. So as we see now, Freddie Hell pitting from 6th. So he is in the pit. Just as I figured, about the halfway point. So new set of tires and topping off the fuel for trying to finish this baby off. Meanwhile, Middleton on the tail end of Jones again. As Jones has got a little bit of traffic. Could this be the opportunity? Where's the cheater button? Okay, that is Julian. As the Protos get through, I think next is that De Silva up in front next. 14th place car of Gilles. It will be the next, and so both these two get through. And Westy getting up to the lead there. Westy also getting through the 12th place car of Ed Jones. And Carl Middleton will be next to get through Jones. Now Lewis trying to get his spot back from Peter as he's got to the tail end. Let's see what happens down this little back straight. Not able to pull up enough to make a change. Oh, we've got a car off. Who was that? That is the 7th place car of Freddie Hell. What happened? Freddie looks like he is on fire. We could have a blown engine right there. Didn't he just come out of the pit? Holy smokes. So unfortunate for Freddie as he is currently having a barbecue over there. And now Villar is again showing as DNF. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he's out. And who is this that's off? Taylor from 3rd place has it off. And he has lost a tire. And Taylor is in bad shape. There goes 3rd place. You can see his tire right there. So as we were going, oh man, he's trying to get to the pits. He's really close to pit entry. So it looks like he's going to be able to get in there. And here, Jones is going to come right here and take 3rd place away from him. There goes Jones and Middleton, and Jones is in. So Jones is coming in, Middleton's staying out, and Middleton's going to inherit 3rd place. Taylor's in a heap of trouble. He's going to have to do some serious repairs as the things are changing at the front, as Carl is now in the front, as Westy has pitted. Westy right there was your leader by time. And now the new leader, Carl Middleton. So the two Middletons are 1st and 2nd now. There's a gap, though. Quite the gap. And let's see if Westy is on his way out now. So where is Westy going to come out? Looks like he's going to come out in 5th if he can pull it out of there. Actually, 3rd. Look at that. So not bad. Nick Westy topping off for the rest of this race and still comes out in 3rd. As Taylor is in the pits, and so is Peter Jones. So there is your leader yet to pit. Look at the gap. It's almost half the track to 2nd place, and that's the difference in the pit stops. So things are a mix now. Where is Telvitier? Still out. Telvitier still leading the GTEs. Yet to pit. 7th overall. As we saw him just blowing through car after car. Very steady. And Taylor still in the pits without that repair. So that's going to be a tough one on Taylor. He's going to be in there for a minute, I think. So meanwhile, Lewis Middleton, you can see the gap. The first is just huge. 10th place Vandergeest. Fourth overall in GTE. He's chasing Julian Paz. Then Granatovich just ahead of them. So they're all pretty spread out as Middleton Carl, the leader, stays out yet another lap. So the huge gap lives on. 5th place Peter Jones out. 3rd place Nick Westies. Got a little bit of traffic here behind the 13th place car of Stephen Winham. He's about to get around. So we will see what happens here. Lewis Middleton from second place. Is he going to pit? Nope, he's staying out. So the two Middletons still first and second. There is Carl. Third place, Nick Westy getting through Gil da Silva. So Westy, I'm sure, is on his horse, ready to go to the end now with only 42, just under 43 minutes remaining. Made it that halfway. Let's see who anybody else coming in. It looks like Da Silva might be coming in. Yeah, Da Silva is coming in, and is that who else? That's one of the protos coming in as well with him, which is Strohal. So Carl Strohal coming in, pitting from fourth. Westy currently in third. Is Carl going to stay out? And the second place car, I believe Lewis. Still quite a ways away. We'll see if he stays out or comes in this time. Just don't know. Meanwhile, we got a good battle between Ed Jones and Stefan Winham down here. As second place, Lewis stays out. Wanted to get back to this. As you can see, Talvitier there moves up yet another spot due to the pit stops. Because Carl Strohal is still in there. Da Silva's in the pits still. So Jones and Winham, 13th and 14th, as the second place car of Lewis gets through. These guys are, I believe they're fighting for position, 13th or 14th right there. Or is it 12th? It's 12th and 13th. I'm sorry. Charlesworth is in 14th. As you can see now, that Stefan is pulling into the pits. That said, Westy's still maintaining third, and Middleton staying out yet again. Lewis Middleton looks like he's going to stay out again as well. So that means Peter Jones is in fourth, and Winham's coming out, or he's just getting into his spot. Okay, I saw somebody rolling in the pits. So, 40 minutes remaining, and the gap is all spread out. Well, we've got some traffic right here, so. Third place, Nick Westy getting through some GTE traffic. Those guys wisely get out of his way. That's Hugh Smith. Also, Da Silva's in the mix there a little bit. So Peter Jones now closing in. So will Middleton stay out this time? Staying out again. As now he's closing in on the GTE Porsche of Jean Vandergeest. Vandergeest currently in fifth. Lewis Middleton. Let's see if he's going to stay out. These guys are going the long run, man. They're going to have to stop pretty quick here and get some fuel, if anything. There is the 14th overall place car of Stefan Winham. And Gilles de Silva right there on him. Vandergeest all by his lonesome out there as the leader gets through, passing the GTEs once again. Next in line for Middleton will be the 11th overall place, I believe, of Hugh Smith. Is that what I'm reading correctly? He stays out yet again. That is Hugh in that BMW. There is pause in the other BMW. So Taylor is back out. Taylor's back out in 7th overall. So he was up there in the podium end of the race. And unfortunate, we didn't get to see the whole accident, but we did see his tire laying there. Never a good thing when your tire's laying there. No. As the leader is getting through Julian Paz now. Oh, who else? 5th place, Karl Strohal finds himself in the top 5 now. It's going to put a smile on his face. Nick Westy still in 3rd, yet awaiting the pit stops. I believe that Charlesworth is right there with him. Yeah, that is the Porsche of Charlesworth. As Westy gets around. Peter Jones now getting through Gilles de Silva's Porsche. Still yet waiting for those leaders to pit, as you see Ed Jones. GTE leader Talvitier still leading over Granadovic. Vandergeest here just putting De Silva and Wenham a lap down. John's having a really good run in the Porsche today. And they are having a little bit of a battle here, Wenham and De Silva. So they've been fighting all day. So lots of good action here. Even at the tail end of the grid, there's good racing here. So and here's the leader, GTE, about to get lapped or passed by the, I believe that's the 7th place car. Or I'm sorry, the 5th place car of Karl Strohal. Getting through the GTE leader. And these guys are just, they must have giant fuel tanks on these cars, as we're at just under 35 minutes now. There is your leader. Nicely done. As he's getting around Roman Granadovic, your 2nd place GTE car. And passed. Taylor in 6th overall, so not bad considering the disaster that was that wreck. He's still in the top 6 cars. He is a ways back. As 5th place is actually closer behind him than it is in front of him, so. Oh, we got the 15th place car of Stephen Wyndham has added a little bit of an off, but he's back on. Leaders are getting through. There goes Lewis. Okay, so the 4th place, Peter Jones. Jones pits from 4th. So here we go. He could take no more. He must get fuel and tires perhaps as well. So that's going to move everybody up. Let's see where Carl is. He's a ways back a little bit in 5th. And the 2nd place car is staying out. But look at the distance between 1st and 2nd. It's like he already pitted. Carl, 15. Stefan's in more trouble. Stefan's got his hands full. There, maybe his tires are toast, or he just spun on the last turn there. But I'm trying to make sense of this to why 2nd place is so far back. But there has to be a pit stop difference there. Westy maintaining 3rd. With Carl Strawhall, just as I predicted, passing up Peter Jones in the pit to take 4th place. There is Carl. So Westy just ahead of him. There is the podium for Strawhall. So he could smell blood in the water as Westy. Both these cars, I believe, have completed their pit. As 2nd place Middleton stays out. Hugh Smith is staying out. Salvitier. All right, let's take a look at this. Whew. All right. Checking those gaps. It's still Salvitier and Granatovich in pause. Top 3 in GTE. Let's see. Is this going to be the lap that Middleton pits? Nope. What about Lewis? So far back still. Here is Peter Jones crossing the line. 5th place, some 2 laps down. So Strawhall in 4th place is a lap down from Westy. So even though he's got him in his sight, he is a lap down. So he'll have to catch Westy. Pass him twice to get that spot. Get around another GTE. There you are, 30 minutes remaining. Comes Vandergeest down the start-finish line. And he has the 2nd place P2 of Lewis Middleton closing in on him. He's going to fly around the Porsche here. Nicely done. All right, let's keep an eye on our leader, Middleton. Will this be the lap that he finally pits? I'm all saying no. Wait, what? Oh, he's staying out. So this is just crazy business. Let's see what's up here. There are your pit stops. You can see Carl and Lewis have not pitted yet. Everybody else has pitted in that class. In GTE, they haven't pitted yet either, unless this is showing me bum data, which could be the case. There is your gap back to each position. So you can see that Westy is way behind Middleton, and that Strohal is a lap behind Westy in the Protos for third. And the gap to Talvitie, that's a 17-second gap from Granatovich. And let's show the gap to the leader. 33 seconds for pause to Tony Talvitie from third to first. So there you have that. Taylor keeping it real. Getting through the 13th place car of Charlesworth. And here comes Strohal. So Carl's under 30 minutes to get himself a nice top 4 finish. This could be good. But, oh, the leader has finally pitted. Hello, how you guys doing? I missed it. So how far is Lewis behind still? Look at, he is just exiting this turn 7, coming into turn 8. And where is Westy in third? Not too far behind, just entering the 4, 5, 6, 7 section. Middleton still down. So if it was one Middleton to another, here it comes. Lewis is coming up to turn 12. Is he going to get a jump? He's coming in as well. Okay, so there's top 2 are pitting. Carl should be about ready to head out. He's still parked. And here, where is Westy? Westy now coming out of turn 10 and 11. Okay, Middleton is rolling. You can see the dot. So is the undercut by Westy not going to work when he pitted from first place? As Middleton is going to hold on to that person. So the long run of Middleton looks like it might have paid off, as here comes Westy, and there is Middleton. There he is. And here he comes. It gets a pick by De Silva. So you can see Middleton just ahead of Westy there by some 4 seconds. So Westy's obviously on worn, I wouldn't say worn, but he's got hot tires. And Middleton just coming out on the cold tires. So this would be his chance. As you can see, the gap. 4 point, whatever it was. I'm turning that off. So he's got 4 seconds on him. Meanwhile, 13th comes in. Charlesworth is coming into the pit. Where is Talvitie? He's staying out. He's got that 18-second gap to Granatovich. Oh, we got another on off. De Silva. He's lost it in turn 9. He is off the track in turn 9. As Middleton crosses the line, but look who's right behind him. There is Westy. Westy's got to get around Vandergeest. As De Silva is stuck out there in turn 9. It could be the end of De Silva's day. So Lewis getting past in the pit. Strohal finds himself in third. He's down a lap. But Lewis is out. Lewis is DNF. What in the heck happened? Did he overheat in the pits? So Lewis Middleton out of this race with 25, just under 25 minutes to go. So what is going to happen next? Meanwhile, GTEs are tightening up here as we're getting ready for the last 23 or 4 minutes of this race. There is a lap down there, but Hugh Smith and Vandergeest have a lap separating. So Vandergeest is in pretty good shape, actually. He does have about 15 seconds to make up, as you can see there, for a podium. So with about 20, just under 24 minutes left, if he can close that gap, he can find himself on the podium. So we don't know what happened to Lewis Middleton, but he was in the pits and out of this race. We missed it. It's so hard to follow everything. Get to Peter Jones in 4th place in the Protos. He's some 20 seconds behind Strohal. So Carl Strohal finds himself on the podium with 23 or so minutes left. So what a great day so far for him. He is a lap down from the top 2, but that's okay. He's a lap ahead of the also Peter Jones, is also a lap down, so there is a gap there. And Ed Jones and Hugh Smith are now battling it out for 5th place. Looking to the inside, Jones has got the inside gap on the horseshoe, and he's got a nice inside pass. Going to put him out front, but the torque of that BMW is coming down on the mid straight. And gets Jones by a nose as they head down into that next section. Into 4, 5, and 6. Let's see what happens. Jones just pulls ahead. Nicely done. Right there. Jones puts the Austin out in front of that porky BMW. Meanwhile, at the Proto pointy end, Westy has closed that gap to 2.3. I don't know if you remember when we came out of the pits, it was almost 4-second gap. So he's obviously hot lapping. Carl does have the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:28.2. However, Westy closing the gap. Shame to see Middleton out. Lewis. We'll have to find out what happened. So we've got the lap down Robert Taylor between the 1st place car of Carl and the 2nd place car of Westy as he just gets around him. So Westy clears the 4th place car of Taylor. Right? So Taylor, of course, chasing Strohal. But look at that. It's about a minute. No, that's for Peter Jones. Where is Strohal? There we go. So under 20 seconds. He's got it under 20 now. It was 20 a minute ago. But this is the battle for the lead, as Westy has closed it down to 2.2. As the leader gets through Carlsworth in the Porsche and about to get passed by Westy now. As Westy gets through. Nicely done. Meanwhile, Salvitier still out in front, some 20 seconds on Granatovic, but I don't think these guys have even pitted yet. Can these Enduro GTEs make a 90-minute stint? I'm starting to think they might be able to. Here's our gap. 2.5 seconds. All right, Carl has got through Tony now. He's got through the 1st place GTE, and it's now closing in on Granatovic. So here is your leader, the P2 leader, passing the GTE 2nd place car. Right. There is Granatovic right there in that Austin. Robin Taylor has gotten a penalty. Robin Taylor has a penalty I just saw it on the board. We won't know what it is for. But he's currently in 5th. Oh, that. Oh, it's not going to help him with Jones. But I believe he is the last surviving car as Charlesworth is in the pit. Okay. But I think that Taylor is the last surviving P2, so it's not going to hurt him position-wise. He's just not going to be able to gain any positions if he indeed has a stop and go or a drive-through. So we will see what happens there. Meanwhile, Middleton, the gap's come down another 4/10. It's just about, it's under 2 seconds now. Just under 18 minutes to go. Westy's just working it, closing that gap. Got it under 2 seconds. And let's check the 1-2 with Granatovich. 20 seconds, 21 to Talvitier. So I don't know what if these guys can even make it. Let's see. Does it showing any of these GTEs pitting? Let's see. Just pause and Charlesworth are the only ones that's showing pitting. So let's tick this baby down to the 2 gaps. Positions gained and the gap to each other and the gap to the leader. That'll be showing up. So Carl's got to be happy with the fact that he's out in front, but he's got to be knowing that Westy is closing that gap. Got just under 17 minutes to do it. That Talvitier getting around. I think that's Hugh Smith. So Talvitier lapping up to 6th place in the GTE class. What a race by Tony today. The Flying Finn is on today. He hasn't had any incidents. I better knock on wood for him. Knock on my bald head. We don't want to see that. But meanwhile, here we go. 1.3 is the gap now. Got a car coming out of the pits, but that's not going to hurt anybody. Probably Taylor. Is that Taylor serving his penalty? Yep. So Taylor served his penalty. Excuse me, he's back out. And currently in 5th place, thanks to the Lewis Middleton DNF. But this is what's happening now. Westy making that push for the race as they are just at about 15 minutes remaining. Able to close a 4-second gap in the last 5 minutes or so. So with 15 to go, Carl Middleton is going to have to do some of that driver stuff to keep himself ahead of the pressuring Westy. Get through Talvitier. There is the leader of the GTEs. If he lets the leaders of the P2s through. Clear sailing for Tony. These guys are battling. So he's got him now. He has caught him. It's under a second. To get through yet another GTE. Wisely done. Westy is on a mission. They head at turn 3. He's coming to the inside. He thinks about it. And he's going to go for the inside move again. He's on the inside. He's going to nose out in front, and he is taking the lead. We have a new leader. Westy has retaken the lead of this race. Pushing Middleton back to 2nd place, but does Carl have anything for him? He's coming back on him. Getting some sparks in the face. It's that terrible turn 5. It's so tricky right there. Man, what a chase. Wow. So Westy caught him with 13 minutes left, taking back over the lead of this race. That extended run that Carl did, with that waiting and waiting and waiting till the last for the pit stops. Let's see if it's going to show what kind of tires. Has he got the softs? Oh, they're both on soft. No, Carl's on the mediums. So Westy took the softs. You can see there, he took the softs on the pit stop. So those tires have some wear on them. So let's see what happens here. As Middleton on the mediums, Westy on the softs with just under 13 minutes left. You know, remember, Westy pitted first. He's been out there on those softs for at least 25 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes. So really curious to see. And from 7th place, Ganatovich is in. Telvitier was in, and Telvitier is now coming out of the pit. So Telvitier, the two leaders of the GTEs, finally pitted with just under 13 minutes left. So Ganatovich decided just to follow him and not try and see if let the undercut do any business there. So Ganatovich should be heading out now. So that gap was at 20-something. Now down to about 17. So there you have that. Meanwhile, Carl, seeing if the strategies pay out here. If Westy starts losing tires, there's still, you know, over 10 minutes left in this race. It's plenty of time for Middleton's medium tires to take the advantage over Westy's. They've got to be showing some wear. Meanwhile, Strohal, the happiest camper of the bunch, finding himself in 3rd place, having a great day. He's a lap down, but who cares? He's on the podium. What was going on right there? Let's check that. Okay, all right, he was just getting around the GTE. My bad. So Telvitier holding the 20-second gap. As you see now that both cars are back up to speed, the gap is still at that 20-second mark. So I'm thinking if Telvitier can have, for once, have some good luck in a race, he will be the winner of the GTEs. He's had some really bad luck. He's had some really crazy R Factor 2 stuff. 12th place car of Stefan Winham in trouble down the main straight. Currently in 7th, but he made it through. So Peter Jones and Strohal are on the same lap. So Jones is got a shot at a podium, but he's got a 14-second gap to close. And meanwhile, the leaders of the P2s getting through the pick of the GTEs, as both of them get through Julian Paz, the 3rd place car of the GTEs. So they got a little bit of racing to do before they catch the next group, which will be Stefan Winham, who's a lap or 2 down in GTE, but he will be the next for the Protos to catch. Meanwhile, Ganatovich, still that 20-second gap to Telvitier. We are under 10 minutes to go in round 1 of Series 2 of the SRO World Series. That's going now. Is Middleton going to have anything for Westy? I mean, the gap is growing. It's almost 2 seconds now, 1.8, 1.9 going between. So those soft tires seem to be working out for Westy. We won't know for the last of it. And then there's Taylor, who's a lap down to Jones. So Taylor's pretty much assured of a 5th place finish. Jones, on the other hand, has closed the gap to Strohal. So Strollhouse, he's got just under 9 minutes to hang on here as the gap, as you can see, to Jones has under 4 seconds now. See if you can see him up there. This is the cockpit view of Peter Jones, and I do not. Oh, there he is. Yes, sirree. See him up there. Oh, Carl. Carl has got to be seeing him in his mirror and thinking, oh man, got to hang on for 8 minutes, Carl. Make that thing as wide as possible. There is the gap. There is Carl. And there is Jones. Who knows best time at 1:35.4 is the fastest lap of the GTE set by Tony Talbitier. Nick Westy has the fastest lap of the Protos at 1:28.2, and it was just the last lap he did. So the fastest lap of the race has just been done by both Talbitier and Westy. So there is Westy. And Westy have a little bit of a slip up there. Oh. Woody's asking when the race is over. I'll send him the XML. I certainly will. Thank you, Woody. Just in the chat here as we are coming up on 6.5 minutes. That gap now is 2.5, 2.7, but this is the one. It's under 2 seconds now for the last step on the podium. Just under 7 minutes left. Is Strohal going to be able to hold off Peter Jones? The rest of the way around, Talbitier got a commanding lead. Still some 20 seconds over Granatovich, and then Granatovich has some 23 over Paz. Oh, Westy was Westy just losing a little bit there? Are the soft tires starting to fade a little bit? It almost looked like he lost it a little bit there. Maybe it was just the angle. But I can tell you that Carl Middleton is hoping that those soft tires are starting to wear. This gap. There is the third step of the podium from Peter's view, held currently by Carl Strohal. Ever so slowly creeping up and closing that gap. It's almost under a second there in some sections of the track. 1.3. Meanwhile, Westy's gap is just growing. It's bouncing between 3 and 4 seconds now. Under 5 minutes. Still, enough time should those tires go. You know, in R Factor 2, once they hit a certain spot, those soft tires, I really would love to see his tire wear at this point in time. It would be great. But that's a far off battle. This one is the one. Third step on the podium is up for grabs. Everybody else is pretty stable. We've got Ed Jones is putting a lap on Wyndham, it looks like. He's a minute behind, or a minute ahead, I'm sorry, of Hugh Smith. There is Hugh. Jones is way ahead. There's Jones in the vet. I thought he was in the Austin. It's in the, you can hear that V8. Do you want to hear it really loud? Okay, you get it for 1 second. That V8 power, overpowering every sound system All right. Julian Paz, third place in the GTE. He's about to get around Hugh Smith. Put him down yet another lap. And then trailing by about 20 seconds is John as he makes the pass for the lap. And yeah, Hugh lets him through wisely, probably getting the blue flag. Then Vandergeest having a great race today. But look who's behind him. The battle for the podium of the P2s is right behind Vandergeest. So Vandergeest becomes a cog in the spokes here as he gives Rome, keeps it tight, holding his line. Nicely done. So Carl gets through, and here comes Peter now. Peter can get through. And Vandergeest leaves plenty of room for that awesome podium battle that we are having now. As you can see now, it's just closer than ever. Oh, as Carl goes a little bit wide. What's that, you ask? What tires is Carl on? Well, let's just see. Carl's on the softs. Jones on the medium. So it's the same as the 1 and 2. So there you have that. Could his tires be given up? Oh, we got a yellow in sector 1. I don't see it. It was a quickie. All right. We're good. Gap is under 2 seconds now. See it closing in as Vandergeest in the background back there. Great job, Vandergeest in 4th place. And they're pretty steady as we got more traffic here. As Wesley gets through the GTE leader, there is Tony Talvitie in that blue Porsche. I think he's led just about every lap of this race in GTE. Currently 6th overall. So some really good points going to be scored here. Remember, there's 2 different races going on here, and it's all for the World Series. All the points are going to add up at the end. All right. Here is Peter on the medium tire. Carl's been able to hold that gap steady here as we are coming down to the last lap here. It looks like all he's got to do is maintain for 1 more lap. I don't know if Westy's going to get to the start finish before this 40 seconds ticks down. But there is your leader, Westy, as he is heading into that turn 4 and then the 5, 6, 7 area. He's going to be coming up on the 10th place overall car of Ed Jones, who's in 5th in the GTE. So it looks like he's going to get around that as the time is about to expire. We got 13 seconds. And this is going to be it. Last lap, white flag is out. And it looks like your Series 2, Round 1 of the Asian Multiclass P2 GTE Series is going to be won by Nick Westy, current point leader, as he takes the checkered. Nicely done. There is your winner in 2nd place. Right behind him, Carl Middleton. 3rd place, Strohall. He's just got to maintain for a couple more turns. As Talvitie comes across as the winner in GTE, and Granatovich will be 2nd, but let's see where Strohall is with Peter Jones right behind him. Granatovich takes 2nd as he crosses the line. And Paz is about to take 3rd as these guys are battling through. Just another turn or 2 to go. Peter is all over him still. He's just got to get through 1 more turn. And you can see a late break by Peter there, catching up. And there is your 3rd place car. Carl Strohall hangs on to 3rd. And Peter Jones takes 4th. Nicely done. Robin Taylor gets 5th. Nice work, everybody. as here comes Granatovich, Julian Paz, Vandergeest. Nicely done. Wow. What a 90 minutes of crazy business. So let's see. Find out how we got this race 1 session results. Here you have it. Nick Westy is your winner. 61 laps for the top 2. Carl Middleton in second. Carl Strohal picking that third. Peter Jones in fourth. Robin Taylor in fifth. Tony Televitier is number 1 in the GTE, with Roman Granatovich taking second place. Julian Paz in third. John Vandergeest in the Porsche taking fourth. Ed Jones with the top 5. Nicely done. Then we have Hugh Smith, followed by Richard Charlesworth, Lewis Middleton, De Silva, Freddie Hell at the first DNF now. We're in the DNFs. In 16th overall is Freddie Hill. Peter Villar, 17th overall in the GTE class, although he finished a little higher. Burton Kerdog, Michael LaBelle, and Mark Heitree are the DNFs. So there you have it. That was it. Race 1 is over, in the books. Done deal. It's been fun. It's been real. In fact, it's been real fun. So I hope you guys can make it for a round 2 in 2 weeks. And we're going to find ourselves battling yet in the Asian series once again in 2 weeks. If I can get to the page. I don't have my data up in front of me, but man, what a race that was. Some really good stuff. We will have some interviews probably in the forums as we take a look around this track. There is the Ferris wheel. Really good stuff. I'm trying to get to the home page over here. It's not cooperating. Yes, there we go. Okay, round 2 is going to be Buda International Circuit. So that'll be April 20th, same time, same channel. It's all good. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. It's been a blast, and I will see you guys on the next one.